Shipley Energy, Maple Donuts, Broadway Transmission, Flying Feet, Dasher Investment Services, York Mitsubishi, Kochman Kunkel Insurance Group, Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care, Rudders, Pennsylvania Lottery, Neighborhood SureSave Markets, PSECU, Kona Ice, Smith, Mayer and Little, York County Bar Association, and by Downtown Inc.
Swinging a ground ball, rolled to short, Dent's got it, throws, it's over! And the York Revolution are 2017 Atlantic League champions!
Now with the call of today's game, here's the voice of the Atlantic League champion York Revolution, Darrell Henry.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to game number 28 of York Revolution baseball. Hopefully here tonight at PeoplesBank Park as the Revs are set to host the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. Final game of this homestand. The Revs going for the sweep for the first time in a 3-game series here this season. Darrell Henry alongside Michael Mark Antonini. Welcome to Revs Baseball. Right now, as we sit here in our WOYK booth, we've got a great view of the tarp, which was just pulled across the field about 10 minutes ago. A rain shower beginning here in York right as they pulled it across. So good timing on the decision to do so. And we've been following a band coming across this area all day. I know a few hours ago I was told it was in Hagerstown. Now it's here. Hopefully we can get through this and play baseball tonight. And there's a lot of things at play here this evening. Not only are the Revs hot and going for the sweep, but this is the finale of this series against Southern Maryland. They are not here in York again until the second half, so obviously they want to do everything they can to play this game tonight. There's also the matter of the fact that the Revs are getting on a bus at 3:30 in the morning and heading to Sugar Land to start the upcoming road trip. It's already a night for them where some guys may not get any sleep, some might get very little, some might be able to on the plane, hopefully for a good number of them, but you hope to get this game in. You also hope that it's not a late night affair here at PeoplesBank Park, but we'll set the stage for you, assuming that we play tonight. We just had the York City School District Academic All-Stars take their parade lap around the field here. Big group of those students on hand here tonight. And Michael, the Revs yesterday in front of the biggest group of students in stadium history had an attendance record 58-91 for Baseball and Education Day. Saw a thrilling 7-5 win. More good offense, and the Revs hanging on late. Junior Rincon walked that tightrope, but got out of it with a couple of huge strikeouts to finish off the win.
A little bit too close for comfort there at the end, but again, it goes back to the first inning. The Revs putting a couple runs on the board, and it's not the first time in the last few days that they've scored in the first, and also not the first time they've scored multiple runs in the first inning. So that was huge. Alexi Casilla getting things started with that 2-run homer. Then with 2 outs, Zach Wilson peppering the arch nemesis in left, bringing home another run. The 2-out runs are key, and the Revs have been able to produce no matter how many outs they are, no matter what the situation is in an inning. And that continued 3 multi-run innings yesterday. It was a fun game throughout. Another long one, as these two teams have battled it out for 2 long games, but another fun one. And Junior Rincon was able to battle out of some trouble and get things done. But it all started with Alexi yesterday. Ended up with 4 hits, and that was fun to watch.
Yeah, 3 hits, 3 RBIs, and a homer the night before. Yesterday, 4 hits, 4 RBIs, and another home run. Revs have won 5 of their last 6. They're now 15-12. And they entered the day 4.5 behind Lancaster. The Barnstormers did lose a day game at home to Somerset earlier, so a chance to get within 3.5 with a win here tonight. Southern Maryland 10-19 coming in. And Pat McCoy scheduled to make this start, Michael, and I'm sure he's been chomping at the bit. It's been over a week since he was in a game, which was in Lancaster. Looked really good in relief. And looking forward to hopefully seeing him make his first start here tonight.
I'm sure Pat's ready to go. Like you mentioned, it's been quite some time since he made his only appearance of the season with the Revs. Here's a guy who comes in knowing that for the time being he was going to be in the bullpen. And I remember you asking Mace in our pregame interview with him the day that he came. He was you asked him bullpen for now, and yeah, for now was not too long as Jay Goss then goes down with the injury. He's forced into the rotation, but a guy that started in the past, a guy that started last year with Southern Maryland, so he knows this team. and he was starting in the Mexican League, so he's stretched out, but also a lot of time in between the last time he threw a baseball on a mound in a game. So too much rest isn't always a good thing, but rest isn't the issue here. It's just a matter of if he can get out on the field tonight.
Right-hander Paul Clemens scheduled to go for Southern Maryland. He's 0-1 with a 3.48 ERA, 4 appearances, 1 start. So he is, at least this year, a little bit new to the starting role as well. And making his second start, McCoy scheduled to make his first. Well, we wait out a rain shower here at the beginning, and hopefully we can get through this rather quickly. I know the forecast coming in to the day was not great, but we'll keep our fingers crossed. And right now just a light rain, but obviously they're prepared for what more there might be as well. And we'll do everything they can, I'm sure, to get this game played here tonight. Revs going for the sweep. Coming up on our pregame, we will revisit some highlights from a big win yesterday, and then in just a bit we'll hear from Mace as well. We'll get an update on Ryan Dent, who had to leave yesterday's game, took a ground ball off the thumb, and will not leave you in too much suspense. The update is good news, just a couple of days, but we'll let Mace explain what happened and where he is with everything, so he shouldn't be out of the lineup for too long, but he is out of the lineup tonight. They've got Cuevas at short again, and we'll have those starting lineups for you. First pitch will not be at 6:30, but hopefully it will be at some point on May the 31st of 2018. And our coverage continues after this here on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Dale E. Anstein is a personal injury law firm that specializes in auto and motorcycle accidents, workers' compensation, and personal injury cases. Anstein has been proudly protecting the injured in Central PA for more than 40 years and is proud to support the York Revolution. At Dale E. Anstein, consultations are always free, and there is no fee unless they win the case for you. To learn more about Dale E. Anstein, or if you're in need of representation, go to AnsteinLaw.com. That's ANSTINE law.com.
This Friday is First Friday in downtown York. Spend the night downtown from 5 to 9 p.m. and celebrate our restaurants, cultural venues, and nightlife hotspots. Enjoy live music, line dancing, a play place with giant games, and a kids' corner featuring balloon art and face painting on Continental Square. Then explore the rest of downtown. Get to know York again, or for the first time at DowntownYorkPA.com.
We are your auto loan experts. Hello, I'm Sue DeStefano, President and CEO of First Capital Federal Credit Union. With terms you can trust and competitive rates as low as 2.49% APR, First Capital is the first place to go when you're looking for an auto loan. At First Capital, you're a member, not just a number. You can apply for your loan online at firstcapitalfcu.com or stop by any of our branches. First Capital, putting you first. Federally insured by NCUA.
First Capital Federal Credit Union.
When your kids are bored, your garage is overflowing, and your patio furniture is on its last legs, you need Penn Dutch Structures. Our selection of Amish-crafted sheds, swing sets, gazebos, and outdoor furniture includes everything you need to play, relax, and entertain all year long. Shop our impressive selection of in-stock structures or work with our professionals to customize a made-to-order structure that meets all your needs. Visit Penn Dutch Structures on site at the Markets at Shrewsbury, located off I-83 on the Susquehanna Trail. That's Penn Dutch Structures on site at the Markets at Shrewsbury.
Need to get some cash? No problem. Head to Royal Farms, step up to the ATM, and
get your cash for nothing, cause there is no fee.
Yep, that's the way we do it at Royal Farms. Some retailers charge to use their ATMs. We don't. Our ATMs are surcharge-free, so you can always get
cash for nothing, cause there is no fee.
Anytime, at all Royal Farms ATMs.
A bank or credit card fee may apply.
Buying or selling? The auction houses of Dover and Mount Royal have you covered. From selling full estates to taking consignments on good, clean merchandise. Join us for weekly in-house auctions at Mount Royal. With food served during weekly auctions and 3 certified appraisers on staff, our friendly and courteous team will make the process easy and enjoyable. We offer a great deal on real estate, selling at 3% instead of real estate agents' commission rate of 6%. For more information, visit our Facebook page, call us at 717-963-3190, or visit our websites at www.theauctionhouseofdover.com and www.mtroyalauction.com.
York Country Day School is an independent college preparatory school. It inspires and nurtures the innovative and creative spirit of students as they pursue their intellectual promise. At York Country Day School, students are known and valued, which allows them to engage as compassionate, bold, and active citizens as they identify a purpose outside of themselves and generate the call to better the world. York Country Day School is currently enrolling students beginning at age 2 years, 7 months through grade 12. We invite you to visit for a day and stay for the education of a lifetime. For more information, visit www.ycds.org.
Listen live, on demand, and on the go. Download the new WOYK app on the Apple and Google Play stores today.
Waiting out some rain yet again here in this first month plus of the 2018 season. A rain delay here at the start tonight. Yesterday was another big win for the Revs, 5th in the last 6, and it ended up being a thriller. It was Baseball and Education Day. The 5,891 on hand, the biggest weekday non-holiday crowd in stadium history. So any Baseball and Education Day, Camp Day, or a couple of other stragglers along the way. I know there was a day-night doubleheader back in 07 that was a middle-of-the-week or a middle-of-the-week day game necessitated with the All-Star break right in front of it. So any of those, it was the largest weekday crowd that was not Labor Day, Memorial Day, 4th of July, anything like that for a day game here at PeoplesBank Park. Good atmosphere with all the kids here, and the Revs got off to a quick start and then had to really hang on the tightrope late. The highlights from yesterday's 7-5 win. Another 2-2. And a swing and a miss. He struck him out. Wins the battle with Sapelt, and Groats keeps the Blue Crabs scoreless in the first. The scoreless streak now at 21 1/3 innings with 2 strikeouts in the frame. Britton kicks, delivers, and a swing and a drive, high and deep in left field. Sapelt looking, it's gone! Alexi Casilla clears the arch nemesis in left. Back-to-back games with a homer for Casilla, less than 24 hours apart. And the Revs with a 1-0 lead here in the bottom of the first today. Casilla's second of the year and second in as many games. That base hit could add another one. Here's the stretch, the 3-2. And a swing at a high, towering drive, deep left field. Sapelt back on the track. He jumps up, and it's off the wall. Dotel scores, and Wilson is in at second with a stand-up double. He knocks him in, and the Revs with a 2-0 lead. Here in the bottom of the first, a towering wall scraper. And Sapelt leaping just right of the manual scoreboard, out of his reach and off the boards. Here's the pitch to Clark, and a swing on a line drive, base hit up the middle. Cuevas around third, Vaughn the throw home, and it is late and skips away. Cuevas slides across. Tyler Clark with the RBI single up the middle, and the Revs lead it 3-1 here in the second inning. He loves day games. And why would you even consider a bunt in that situation?
Big fan of day games right there, Tyler Clark. 1-2 the count on Clark, and the pitch from Britton. Clark laces one past the diving third baseman Martinez into the left field corner. 2 hits for Clark. Cuevas comes in to score, and Clark into second with a stand-up double. 2 doubles down the left field line in the inning for the Revs, and they retake the lead here in the bottom of the fourth. It's a 4-3 game. Britton to the plate. Casilla, line drive into center, a base hit. Clark waited to see if it would be caught. He's in to score. The Revs add another. It's 5-3 on the RBI single from Alexi Casilla. 5 hits in this series so far, and this top of the Revs lineup is hot. 0-2 pitch coming to Vaughn. Here it is. Fastball, swing and a miss, outside corner. And for the second time this season, Westfall strikes out the side. He gets the Revs through a scoreless top of the 6th. looks at first. Now to the plate. Mitchell takes off for second. Casilla shoots one down the third base line. One run is in. Mitchell rounding third. Polo's waving him home. Relay throw won't be in time. Mitchell scores without a throw. A 2 RBI double for Alexi Casilla. And the Revs double their lead. It's now a 7-3 game here in the bottom of the 6th.
Now ready, 2-2. Swing and a miss. He got him. A late hack from Martinez. And Rincon blows him away. Martinez was not ready for that fastball, and it was a late hack. And Rincon now an out away from finishing it. Now has his sign from Clark. The payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Junior Rincon finishes the job, and the Revs win 7-5. A hair-raising 5th save for Junior Rincon, who fought it the entire 9th inning but got it done. A strikeout of the numbers 3 and 4 hitters in the order to end it with the bases loaded. Yeah, a little stressful, but the Revs got their 5th win in the last 6. Tonight, hoping to go for a sweep. Their only sweep so far this season, a 2-gamer at Southern Maryland, May 8th and 9th. Tonight, hoping to go for their first 3-game sweep of 2018. We'll take a timeout here on a rain delay pregame edition, and we'll hear from Mace on the Broadway Transmission Manager's Report up next.
You'll always hit it out of the park with great Best Yet products from your neighborhood Sure Save stores. Like party platters with $18.93 deli items. Team up Best Yet hot dogs with Best Yet kettle cooked chips. And get Best Yet 12 packs of soda and Best Yet Rising Crust pizzas at Sauble's Markets in Shrewsbury, Stewartstown, Whiteford, and East York. And at Nell's Market Fresh Foods in Spry.
Nitro Circus presents the Next Level Tour. In 2018, we're stepping things up a notch and taking the world's biggest ramps on the road. These are the ramps that have only been seen at Travis Pastrana's house and the Nitro World Games. And now they're coming to you. So come check it out, York. This tour is too big for indoors. This tour is next level. Coming to PeoplesBank Park on Friday, June 15th. Tickets on sale now through nitrocircus.com.
Colin Cowherd. Ben Simmons will change the league. Ben Simmons is different, folks. A 6'10" point. Long, tough. He is already an elite defender, unheard of as a rookie. He completely controls tempo. Most rookies walk into this league, and it takes them a while to catch up to the speed of the NBA. It's the opposite with him.
This is The Herd with Colin Cowherd.
Weekdays at 3 on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Sports Radio 1350 is your home for local and national sports. The Big Sports Talker also has you covered with news throughout the day. Catch statewide updates on news and sports from Radio PA. Stock reports with Your Money Now, mornings and afternoons. And national news updates every hour from Westwood One. Stay up to date while getting your sports fix all day. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
This is Dustin Hawkinsmith with the Keystone Sports Network. For the best Penn State football analysis and commentary, listen to Sports Radio 1350 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 8 a.m. and after Revs games for the Keystone Kickoff Show. We'll bring you game reviews, player evaluations, and recruiting news. So for the best in Penn State talk, tune to Sports Radio 1350 WOYK for the Keystone Kickoff Show. Brought to you locally by your neighborhood Sure Save Markets.
Can't get enough of the Birds? WOYK has you covered. Join us all season on Mondays at 6 for the Baltimore Baseball Show, hosted by award-winning Orioles and National Baseball writer Dan Connolly from BaltimoreBaseball.com. Exclusive in-depth interviews plus the latest insight and analysis on the Orioles every week. Talking baseball with the Birds, Mondays at 6. The Baltimore Baseball Show on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Hi, this is Dan Patrick. Join me weekday mornings at 9 on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Fans, It's time to go inside the clubhouse for all the latest on your Atlantic League champion York Revolution and tonight's matchup. It's time for the Broadway Transmission Managers Report. Now, here's the manager of the Revs, Mark Mason.
All right, Mace. Well, you get the win yesterday, and before we get into the specifics, Dent did have to leave early. Any update on him?
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing broken or sprained or anything like that. He just got hit in the thumb when the ball came up on him, so it's a little bit bruised, but probably just a couple days, I think.
One thing with the offense, and you had another good day yesterday, how much of it is a product of not chasing and guys not getting themselves out, maybe seeing the ball better and having better at-bats right now?
I think that's a big part of it. You know, I mean, we're still swinging a lot at first pitches, too, but I think when we get into the counts, we're doing a better job of recognizing balls and strikes, and we're putting better swings on them when we get into the count. So, man, we do have some first pitch hits, too, this year. We have some guys that are maybe 5 for 7 or 6 for 8 on first pitch swinging, and Dent is one of those with some home runs involved there. So, but, you know, I mean, I just think it's just we're playing a little bit more regularly now. We're not having all the days off, and we're getting outside for our routine work, so I think that's all part of it.
Casilla is one of the great contact hitters in this league, but the last 2 games he's gone yard. What are his teammates saying to him about the power down here?
Well, we know he can go streaky like that, so, you know, I mean, he's just a fun guy to watch. I mean, he knows what he's doing. He handles the bat well. To me, probably the prototypical 2-hole hitter in this league, because he can do it from both sides of the plate. He can put it in play. I mean, he can hit it to the backside, and then he can pull it down the line like we saw yesterday. So, I mean, the guys just, you know, I mean, everybody enjoys the home runs. We have a lot of water baths down here with guys getting smashed in the face with cups of water when they come in. But, you know, I mean, he's not a home run hitter, but, you know, we'll take him when he can give them to us, that's for sure.
Well, you probably had maybe 5, 6 of the 9 players in the order have been really hot. Cuevas maybe wasn't one of those guys, but then yesterday he goes 3 for 4. So, you know, you start seeing some guys start to turn it up like that, and all of a sudden 1 through 9. I mean, you've got to like what you're seeing.
Yeah, I mean, yesterday that was, I mean, that was a lot of fun. You know, Tyler contributed some hits as well down in the 9-hole. And, you know, the thing about Cuevas, his first base hit of the game was to right field, so that's a backside hit. And then that just kind of set him up for the rest of the day, you know. So he had a really good day. And he's another guy. He missed some time with that ankle injury. He missed about 10 or 12 games, whatever it was, you know. So he's still getting his at-bats and still trying to get a routine and a rhythm. But, you know, I mean, we know that what he's capable of. We saw it when he was in Bridgeport, and, you know, so, and another versatile guy, too. He can play everywhere in the infield, so he'll be playing short until we can get Dent back. And, you know, so it's good to see him get on the roll, and that'll build some confidence for these guys, too.
You mentioned Tyler, and yesterday he took all of his at-bats right-handed. Is that something where he just feels more comfortable there right now, or could that be a long-term key to his success, focusing on one side?
I think it's just with Polo and he are working on right now. And he asked me before the game if I had a problem with it, and I said no. I mean, wherever you're most comfortable. You know, I mean, we had a lot of right-handers hitting yesterday against right-handed pitching. So, you know, I mean, it's just one of those things where, I mean, it's really not it's not a big deal. Wherever you're comfortable and you feel you can do the best, I'm okay with that.
What do you think of Groats yesterday, where you know, had to battle a little bit more than the previous start, but gave you 5 innings and left with the chance to win?
Yeah, I mean, I think he was probably a little disappointed that the pitch count got away from him a little bit, and you know, I'm sure he would, with that many pitches. I mean, he threw maybe 10 more pitches in Lancaster and went 9 innings. So, I mean, that just goes to show you when you get deep in counts and a lot of 3-2 and foul balls, and, you know, the pitch count can escalate pretty quick. But, you know, I mean, I thought he still had pretty good stuff. I mean, he was just missing barely, I think, on some of the secondary pitches. And, you know, he was getting ahead of the hitters, but, you know, but then he'd be 3-2 almost every guy.
What was key in the 9th inning for Rincon to really, I mean, back against the wall and then all of a sudden figure it out and get out of it the way that he did?
You know, I just think maybe, you know, when he went out there with the 3-run lead, and I think they had the bottom 3 up 7, 8, 9. I don't know that we actually approach those guys the way we wanted to with pitch selection. And Corey Vaughn was hot all day yesterday, and he leads that inning off with one off the wall. And, it's like, well, okay, now we got to get the next guy out. And then, we start walking some guys, and then you start pressing. And, but then he was able to find it and make some really big pitches with bases loaded.
Well, tonight, looking forward, I would imagine, to seeing McCoy get out there again. He was really good in relief, and it's been a while. I'm sure he's itching to make the start, and you're probably itching to get him out there again.
Yeah, absolutely. He's been throwing a lot of bullpens on the side, and, we knew we were going to give him this start once Jay went down, so we really couldn't use him out of the bullpen the last couple of days because, he wouldn't have enough rest to start tonight. So, it'll be, he definitely knows how to start. He's done it before. He did it last year with Southern Maryland, and, he's done it during his career. So, but it's still just a question of let's see how deep he can go and how efficient he can be with the pitch count. And if we can get 4 solid or even into the 5th inning tonight, I think, I think I would take that right now.
All right, Mace, thanks a lot. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
All right, Revs manager Mark Mason on the Broadway Transmission Managers Report. We hope to play as we wait through some precipitation here. If you're wondering about the starting lineups tonight, we'll go ahead and share those now. Brought to you by Flying Feet. For Southern Maryland, they are due to have Johnny Bladell leading off in left field tonight. Edwin Garcia at shortstop will hit second. Teodoro Martinez back in right field hitting third. Frank Martinez, the third baseman, will hit cleanup. Devin Rodriguez at first base bats fifth. Dave Sapelt, the designated hitter, will hit sixth. Corey Vaughn, who had the 2 home runs yesterday, is in center field batting seventh. Austin Green, the catcher, hits eighth. And Angeles Nina at second base batting ninth. Again, Bladell, Garcia, Martinez, Rodriguez, Sapelt, Vaughn, Green, and Nina. The scheduled starting lineup for the Blue Crabs tonight, that lineup that Pat McCoy will face. Behind McCoy, the Revs are due to go with Jared Mitchell in right field leading it off. Alexi Casilla at second base batting second. Wellington Dotel DHing and hitting third. Melky Mesa a start defensively in left field and batting cleanup. Zach Wilson, third baseman, batting fifth. Michael Burgess at first base to hit sixth. Jose Cuevas, the shortstop, will bat seventh. Ruby Silva is in center again tonight and hitting eighth. And Tyler Clark gets another start as he is due to catch and bat ninth. Again, Mitchell, Casilla, Dotel, Mesa, Wilson, Burgess, Cuevas, Silva, and Clark. The Revs scheduled lineup here this evening, and facing right-hander Paul Clemens of Southern Maryland. Michael, you'd love to play. You've had so many off days, so many rainouts early this season. The team is hot. That lineup that we just mentioned, the Revs offense, last 6 games averaging over 6.5 runs per game, and the last 7 hitting .330 as a team.
Oh, they've been awesome, and it's everybody in the lineup. 1 through 9, doesn't matter who's in there. Mesa's mixed and matched over the last few days, but for the most part, the guys that are really hot and streaking have been in there. Casilla, Dotel, Mesa, all in the top half of that lineup. Jared Mitchell's been killing it in that leadoff spot, and I think part of the reason why these guys are as hot as they are is, one, Mace talked about this team's playing more regularly. They've been outside before tonight. They hadn't seen rain in a few days, so they've been out on the field getting reps. And also the fact that a couple of these guys have been able to get off days, 1 off day out of every 3 instead of 1 out of every 7 or 8, like it had been when guys were banged up and stuff like that. But Jared Mitchell, a guy who's been well rested lately, a couple days off in right field. They've been able to throw a couple different guys out there and give him breaks now and then, and I think these guys have their legs under them, and they're ready to go for this long month of June coming up.
Well, we will have a substantial delay as it's already past the scheduled start time. Tarp is on the field, nobody warming up yet. So we'll send it back to NBC Sports Radio in a bit, but first our York Mitsubishi out-of-town scoreboard. Road Warriors in New Britain are underway, scoreless in the first inning in Connecticut. Long Island is at Sugar Land coming up in just a bit. Rubber match of that series. The Skeeters got a walk-off home run last night to beat the Ducks after losing 1-0 the previous night. So a couple of really entertaining games in that series. And Lancaster earlier today, I said they lost once. I didn't realize they also won once. They played a doubleheader against Somerset. They lost 8-3 in the early game at the Clip, an 11 a.m. start. And then they played a second game, which had been rained out at Somerset a couple of weeks ago. So Lancaster actually played as the road team in their home park, and they won 6-5. So right now they are 21-9. Sugarland still 2 back. The Revs still 4.5 back, and Southern Maryland still 10.5 back. Liberty Division, Somerset is 18-11, still a 3-game lead over Long Island, 7.5 over New Britain, and 10.5 over the Road Warriors. That is your York Mitsubishi out-of-town scoreboard up until 6:41 p.m. here PeoplesBank Park time. Well, make sure you follow our Twitter accounts at York Revolution, also at WOYK1350 for updates. And when we have something of substance, we'll share that on radio as well. But for now, we'll get you to NBC Sports Radio, and we'll be back with you hopefully for the start of a game tonight, and hopefully before too long. But again, Twitter is a great place to get more regular updates as we keep our fans updated on what's going on here with the weather situation. And for now, we hope you've enjoyed our rain delay pregame show. For Michael Markey and Tanini, Daryl Henry saying so long for now. And to stay with us, we will hopefully be back at some point tonight with the final game of this homestand as the Revs will hopefully go for a sweep. For now, it's off to NBC Sports Radio here on WOYK.